Hey everyone, Mr. Swigum here. So the last couple days we have been working on graphing quadratic equations, and we're going to do that today, but we're going to also reference what it means to solve a quadratic equation. So our goal today is to figure out what does it mean to solve a quadratic equation. And remember, a quadratic equation is any equation where the highest degree of x, in other words, the highest exponent of x, is a 2. So x squared, and there might be some other terms that are added on to that. But what we're looking for is an x squared as the highest exponent of x, and that will produce a graph called a parabola. So today we're going to start looking at how to solve equations like this one, x squared plus 4x minus 12 equals 0. So notice it's an equation now because we have made it equal to something. Equation means equal to. So to solve the equation, we need to find the value for x that makes the expression x squared plus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. So in other words, we need to find the values of x that make the equation true. What could we plug in for x here and here, x squared plus 4 times x minus 12, such that it all works out to an answer of 0? So one way to solve that equation is to use the graph. And we've been working on graphing, so we're going to continue that today. So we're going to solve it for y equals x squared plus 4x minus 12. And you can see that the graph for that is shown for you guys over at the right. Right there. And so what does it mean to solve? We're talking about solving, really what we're talking about is finding the x-intercepts. And so where the parabola crosses or intersects or intercepts the x-axis is where the solutions are. And these are also known as the roots or zeros. So sometimes we use these terms, the solutions or the roots or the zeros of the equation. So if you notice over at the right here, we have two places where the parabola crosses the x-axis, right there and right there. So you'll notice those two places are on the x-axis, and therefore their solutions are going to be, or their values are going to be x equals negative 6. In other words, the point negative 6, 0 is on the parabola, and the other solution is x equals 2. In other words, the point 2, 0 is on the parabola. And oftentimes in a parabola, in a quadratic equation, you are going to have two solutions. It's also possible you could only have one solution or possibly even 0 solutions, but you will never have more than 2 solutions, and most of the time when we are studying the solutions for a quadratic, that's exactly how many you will have. We'll talk about those other cases of 1 and 0 solutions in the next lesson or two, but today we're going to focus on the situation that has 2 solutions. So if you are asked to solve a quadratic equation or find a solution, you will need to find the x-intercepts, also known as aka roots or zeros of the related quadratic